Hello everyone, it's me Hafrishah from Proton.org, and this is the launch of the new Proton Persona. The 2016 Proton Persona is being launched right here, right now at the Setia City Convention Center in a few minutes. So spare a few minutes with us, turn up your volume and enjoy the show. As you can see over here, they've gone for a movie-like theme. Experience the evolution of the all-new Proton Persona over here. Right now, the cars are all still closed, still under wraps, but if you follow our website, you would have already known quite a few details of the car. Let's take a look around the car. For now, we already know that there are 4 variants, the standard, the executive and the premium, all with 1.6 liter engines. And the prices, we have the indicative prices starting from 47,000 ringgit to 61,000 ringgit. So that will make it one of the cheapest B-segment sedans in the market. And yes, I'm saying B-segment sedan rather than C-segment sedan because this now is going to be based on the new Iris, on the Iris. So no longer based on the previous Gen 2, which was a C-segment. This is now a B-segment sedan model. Comparatively, that's going against the Toyota Vios and whatnot. But as you'll see later, we've seen the car already. It looks pretty good and with really, really good specs. Okay, let's take a look at this. Proton is really, really proud of using HPF, hot forming process. Over there, as you can see, the top version is what they use on the Iris, the Preve and the Prima, whereas the bottom one is standard carbon steel that you use on most other cars. The top one on the HPF on the Protons are of course much, much stronger, and they've used quite a few tests to show how strong they are. This one, it shows the jaw of life, what the firemen use to cut open your car in case of an accident. And as you can see, it takes less than 5 seconds to go through the bottom one, whereas the top one takes much, much longer. And this is the crash test, the frontal crash test for the new Persona. As you can see, the A pillars are totally untouched and the doors can easily be opened even after a hard crash. Let's take a look over here. Right now we're just waiting for the VIP to arrive. There's a few more minutes before we get into the hall. But for now, let's follow me first. All right, this. After the car's launch, you'll see that this is a cut-out version of the Persona. Over here, you can see the full frame of the car and all the HPF panels, as well as the interior, how big and spacious the interior is. Let's go back here. And the back and behind me, you'll see the top spec version of the car. That is the new Persona 1.6 premium version. Yeah. And that one has all the bells and whistles. Let's follow me. As you can see from up there, up top on the screen, it says it has a 5-star ASEAN NCAP. Yes, it does have a certification full 5-star ASEAN NCAP because this car has got 2 airbags as standard and ESC across the range. The top spec premium variant also gets 6 airbags. So that, of course, will be class leading within its price range. Back there, 6 airbags, ESC, hill hold assist. As you can back, ISOFIX, yes. And this car has got front disc brakes and rear drums, but compared to the previous Persona, it has a much, much shorter braking distance. 44 instead of 46 meters from braking from 0 to 100, from 100 kilometers to 0. This car also has a much better 0 to 100. It's 10.9 seconds, which is decent for a car of this size and especially for this car's price. And the engine is the same as the one on the Iris, 1.6 liter VVT engine with 107 horsepower and 150 Newton meters of torque. Okay, all right, we are going to go into the hall in a few minutes. Okay, let's follow me back into the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do rise as we are ready to announce the arrival of Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry Malaysia, accompanied by our distinguished VIPs. Dipersilakan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. Setinggi-tinggi terima kasih diucapkan kepada didik kehormat kita, terutama sekali Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry Malaysia. Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, please do remain standing as we sing our national anthem, Negaraku. Para hadirin sekalian, dipersilakan. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada para hadirin sekalian. Dipersilakan mengambil tempat duduk dan kita mulakan majlis dengan ucapan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan salam sehati sejiwa. We would like to wish Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Datuk Chua Tee Yong, Deputy Minister of International Trade and Industry, Yang Berbahagia Datuk J. Jayasiri, Secretary General of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Yang Berbahagia Brigadier General Kehormat Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Haji Muhammad Kamil Jamil, Chairman of DRB HICOM, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Sri Said Faisal Alba, Chairman of Proton, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ahmad Fuad Kenali, Chief Executive Officer of Proton, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Razif Muhammad, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Proton, Your Honourable Excellencies from various countries, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Adat evolusi memakan tahun akan tetap bergegar angkasa. It's time to experience the evolution of the all-new Proton persona. Tinggi-tinggi terima kasih. And on behalf of Proton, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot express our heartfelt gratitude to the Minister of International Trade and Industry Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, for making the time to be with us this afternoon and to declare the debut of the all-new Proton persona. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new Proton persona, as its tagline says, experience the evolution. It is 100% all new from the previous persona. Smarter, more practical, and advanced safety features packed in an all-new stylish design. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, this all-new persona, coming close after the launch of the successful Proton Perdana, is testament to Proton's commitment, a statement of intent in pushing its boundaries and winning the hearts of Malaysians. Before we proceed, ladies and gentlemen, let us express our gratitude to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala through His grace and for His glory as Proton and Malaysia celebrate another milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, here's inviting Yang Berusaha Encik Saifuddin Muhammad of Group Human Capital to lead the doa. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafi anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamata fid din wad dunya wal akhirah. Allahumma yassir wa la tu'assir ya karim. Allahumma wahai Tuhan kami, Tuhan seru sekalian alam, Tuhan yang maha tinggi lagi maha perkasa. Hanya padamu sajalah segala hajat dan doa kami pohonkan. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, sesungguhnya kami mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi kesyukuran kehadratmu. Maka kami dapat berhimpun di majlis pelancaran model terbaru Proton yang akan disempurnakan oleh Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, Menteri Perdagangan Antarabangsa dan Industri. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, kami mohon kehadratmu, Ya Allah, dengan segala kekhusyukan dan ketawaduan, kerana hanya dengan izinmu, maka model terbaru Proton ini dapat dilancarkan sebagai tanda kesungguhan anak bangsa menggunakan segenap tenaga dan kebijaksanaan dalam memertabatkan industri otomobil negara. Dan moga-moga model ini menjadi salah satu model yang terlaris di pasaran. Allahumma ya Fattahu ya Alim, Engkau kurniakanlah kepada syarikat Proton akan kemantapan pentadbiran dan pengurusan modal insan yang cekal dan tabah dalam menghadapi segala cabaran dan ujian agar Proton menjadi syarikat tersohor di dalam dan di luar negara. Ya Aziz, Ya Qahar, kami mohon di bawah naungan sifat-sifat-Mu yang maha agung dan kebesaran nama-namamu yang maha suci, moga Engkau peliharalah para pengurusan dan cakirangan Proton, para pemimpin dan rakyat negara kami, akan seluruhnya kurniakanlah kemakmuran, kesejahteraan hidup sepanjang masa. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaitana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmah innaka antal wahhab. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Taqabbalallahu.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbil Alamin. Barakallahu fiik. Tinggi-tinggi terima kasih kepada yang berusaha Encik Saifuddin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome all of you to the premiere of the all-new Proton Persona. As you can see, the mood over here is, of course, we're at the movies, and I'm your master of ceremonies. My name is Din Nazruddin. And I like things shaken, not stirred, just like Proton, shaking the industry, ladies and gentlemen. And now the all-new Proton Persona is set to take Malaysia by storm, and so we are in for a pretty interesting afternoon. And to kickstart proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Syed Faisal Alba, Group Managing Director of DRB Highcom and Chairman of Proton. Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Nas, pengacara majlis. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, Menteri Perdagangan Antarabangsa dan Industri. Kami amat terhutang budi kepada Datuk Seri yang selalu membantu Proton dari segala segi. Bukan sahaja membantu, tapi juga sanggup datang ke premis syarikat kami hanya untuk menyuntik semangat kepada pekerja-pekerja pihak kesatuan, pihak pengurusan pada awal tahun ini. Tiada kata yang dapat kami tuturkan. Tiada kata yang dapat kami tuturkan selain dari ucapan sekalung budi, sejunjung kasih. Thank you, sir. Yang berhormat Datuk Chua Tee Yong, Deputy Minister of International Trade and Industry. Yang bahagia Datuk J. Jayasiri, Secretary General of MITI. Your Excellencies, yang bahagia Brigadier General Kehormat Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Haji Muhammad Kamil bin Jamil, Chairman of DRB Highcom. Thank you for coming, sir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Proton came into being when the country never thought of producing something big. Around that time when Proton started in the early 80s, that was the time when Datuk Lee Chong Wei was born. As you know, 3 days ago, Datuk Lee Chong Wei had done the country proud for picking up the silver medal at the Rio Olympics. But clearly he felt down for not being able to deliver that elusive first goal for the country. But without a doubt, we are still proud of him, although a silver, but it was clearly gold in our hearts. Like Lee Chong Wei, Proton had always carried the Jalur Gemilang in our hearts and in our minds. We carry it not only with the highest sense of pride, but also as a primary responsibility for an organization granted with a national status. When the first saga was rolled out in 1985, from the farms in Perlis to the folk dancing in Keningau, Sabah, the country was abuzz with excitement. Proton brought self-belief to the country that we can produce something big. There was a newfound confidence in the air. A new industry was created, new economy was generated, creation of a dedicated bank called Eon Bank, higher purchase volume suddenly surged, insurance companies benefited, and landlords could rent out their premises to the new Proton dealers then. New jobs were created, and Proton engineers, who were the beneficiaries of the government's education policy back then, some of them now are working with world-renowned automakers. The first generation Proton Persona, the car that we are launching today, was first introduced in 2007. That was the year when Steve Jobs launched the first iPhone. The Malaysian-made Proton Persona is not just like any other car that we had produced. Later, you will hear from Datuk Fuad, our CEO, why this car carries the highest standards in its class. Having tested the car myself, the biggest point for me is the fact that you could barely hear the engine when you drive. That gives the premium feel of the car. The target market, clearly the new persona is enticing the young with stable foundation already in their careers. Hence, the showcase of today's cinematic movie-like setting and the ensuing promotion, it is for the hip and trendy. So with all the offerings, we believe that this is a real value for money. To our customers out there, we pledge to work harder, and we will not take you for granted. Through the meticulousness of the new team in Proton, we have come out with a series of solutions to serve you better. For example, we have created the 24 hours mobile assist team, which is ever ready to be there upon receiving any emergency calls during a distress situation. We now also offer a free safety inspection during festive season before the Balik Kampung journey, just to ensure that your car is ready for the long ride ahead. But the biggest change yet is we know customers find it inconvenient to take off from work just to service their cars. I was one of them before. Now, our service centers in the urban areas are open 7 days a week, which means our customers can service their cars whole day on Saturdays or even anytime on Sundays. We also know that mobile phones have changed our lives. And that is why we had launched our brand new app called My Proton Mobile App. And our customers can now make appointments at service centers simply using their smartphones. Through this app also, it will help customers to locate the nearest outlet, and in the near future, it will send automatic messages to remind customers whenever servicing is due. But that is not all. We will enhance this app to be a tool to keep tab of how much you have spent on servicing, which parts were changed, and it will also keep your data for a few years as historical records. We are definitely working harder for you. Coming back to the new persona, our engineers and staff had worked tirelessly to ensure that this model comes with the highest of standard. We must thank our CEO, Deputy CEO, and all the staff who had rallied behind the fact that the turnaround of Proton starts with the ability to deliver an excellent product. This new persona epitomizes all of their hard work. So congratulations. We must also thank our vendors and dealers for their understanding, as well as their genuine support to see the rollout of this new persona to be a success. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I can emphasize, Proton is not about DRB Highcom as a shareholder, nor is it about just being another factory producing cars. It is more than that. It is about that thousands of families depending on it. It is about those ordinary folks who sincerely want us to succeed. To us, it is also about self-esteem. And just like Lee Chong-wei and the Olympics, it is surely about the pride of the nation. So this is no small matter. This is a redemption point for us. And our fate to this day would not have been possible without the support from the government, MITI, MIDA, the task force, the Malaysian Automotive Institute, MOF, and Treasury. But most of all, it would not have been possible without your personal endorsement, Datuk Seri. So there is really no choice. It is mandatory upon us to succeed. It is incumbent upon us to make Malaysia proud again. And yes, we will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri, and may your passion and your pride bring Proton indeed to greater heights. And as I can quote the most overused line during the Rio Olympic Games, Malaysia Boleh. Ladies and gentlemen, as the anticipation builds, it is now time to invite our guest of honor, the Minister of International Trade and Industry Malaysia. Please put your hands together for Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Mohamad to deliver his address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam satu Malaysia. Terima kasih saudara Nas, Yang Hormat Datuk Chua Tiong, Deputy Minister of MITI, Tan Sri Kamil, Chairman of DRB Highcom, Datuk Sri Said Faizal, Group MD DRB Highcom, Datuk Ahmad Fuad Kenali, CEO Proton, Datuk Razif, Datuk Jaisiri KSU of MITI, Tansi Datuk tuan-tuan dan sekalian. Pertama, saya ingin merakamkan setinggi terima kasih kepada pengurusan Proton kerana telah menjemput saya untuk melancarkan model baru Persona. Tahniah kita ucapkan kepada Proton. Seperti kita sedia maklum, model Persona ni agak lama. Telah diadakan beberapa model upgrades, tetapi yang nak dilancarkan sekejap lagi merupakan satu perubahan yang ketara, a major change in the model. Indeed, this is a new model. So saya nak ucapkan tahniah kepada semua warga Proton, engineer, designer, semuanya yang bertanggungjawab. Ya, 12,000 yang bekerja di Proton daripada atas sampai ke bawah. Engineers, designers yang bertanggungjawab untuk mengeluarkan model baru ini sudah pasti mainkan peranan yang penting. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, mengimbau kembali sejarah Proton ini panjanglah. 1985, this has been shared by Dato' Syed Faisal a few moments ago. In June, as you know, the new model of Perdana was launched by the PM. If you are asking how much endorsement Proton is getting from government, then of course, PM's presence, I think it was on the 13th of June, a couple of months ago, was a strong endorsement by the government of Malaysia of Proton. That was a very powerful signal. The number one person in the country, he himself appearing in PICC then. Many of you were there. How many of you were not there? I think all of you were there. Yeah? A big event, yeah? On the 13th of June 2016, the launch of the new Perdana, and in his speech, PM spoke of the new model being a game changer. Game changer, perhaps not in terms of volume, because you know, Perdana, the volume is small, but in terms of image, in terms of reputation, in terms of change that was happening in Proton. So I am sure that many of you not only appreciate but acknowledge the support and the commitment by the government of Malaysia to ensure that Proton continues to do well. Let me step back and trace a few more important dates. The first important date was 31st of March 2016, when the government set up the task force. We set up the task force, chaired by Dato' Sri Jala. There were some comments, some of them negative, but the government has every confidence that Idris Jala is the right person for the job. Yeah? I've got some messages from some friends who ran down Dato' Sri Jala, but the government has full confidence in him, and I know that he's done a very good job. So let us all thank him for the good job he's done. He's not here with us. He's not here with us, but I know that he's been very frank and open with Proton management. He's got very strong views on many issues, and I know that these comments from Dato' Sri Jala and the task force have been taken in good stride by senior management of Proton. So that was 31st of March. And we went to CPM, we decided to show our commitment to Proton. All the three of us will go to Proton. And all of us, three of us went down to Proton, led by me, Idris Jala, and Dato' Sri or Tan Sri Wahid, who was then Minister in PM's department, who was another key player in this whole exercise of assisting Proton. We went down, and as mentioned by Dato' Sri Syed Faisal, we saw not only senior management, we saw the unions, although the number in that hall was about probably 150, but it was representative of the whole Proton family, from people in senior management to those who were on the shop floor, those on the assembly line, And we gave speeches, yeah. All of us gave speeches, our expectations, yeah. Expectations of Proton. We went down to show a commitment to Proton. And after those three speeches were made, there was a dialogue. And I must say, it was an open, frank dialogue. So we went there, which again is unprecedented. That's a very important date to remember. The second date to remember was the 8th of April 2016, when the government decided to provide a soft loan of 1.5 billion. Yeah? The government formally decided. Of course, we've been talking about this for the last many, many months. Since last year, as a matter of fact, MITI has been actively engaging with Proton. 8th April 2016, we decided to approve a soft loan of 1.5 billion. And there were the usual brickbats. Some people were not happy. This is, some people were saying, this is putting good money after bad. Yeah. Some people were critical, but overall, I think the Malaysian public was supportive of the government's decision to provide assistance in the form of a soft loan to Proton. So that's date number 2. Date number 3, a very important milestone, 7th of June 2016, when the first disbursement of 282 million ringgit was approved by the Economic Council, by the task force. I mean, the government can promise so much, 1.5 billion, but the government may at some point in time say no, yeah, we're not going to give you the money, but we delivered on our promise to assist Proton. And so far, there's been 3 disbursements. The last one was approved by the Economic Council. I was present at the meeting, 15th of August, yeah, and in total, the government has approved about 750 million ringgit in 3 disbursements. And all these are to assist vendors. Vendors play a critical role in the whole supply chain. Some vendors have come to me, some have gone to Madani and MIS, some have gone to many places to tell government that they are in dire straits, they need help. And the government fully recognizes the need to help the vendors. And of course, this money, 1.5 billion, is going or has gone directly to the vendors. And from the feedback that I have, vendors are happy at the fact that, firstly, the government is concerned about their future, and secondly, they're very appreciative of the fact that money has been given to them in the form of a soft loan to ensure that the cash flow is improved. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have done for Proton is unprecedented. We have done this because we're here to work closely with industry. It is not our job to close factories or companies. It is not our job to make people suffer. It is not our job to punish companies. My job in the government of Malaysia is to facilitate businesses. And it is in that context that we've been having regular engagement, not only with Proton, but also with many other investors in this country. Datuk Fuad was in my office yesterday to go through to this program, and I've been seeing him many times in the MITI building. We have a new building, mind you, yeah? Yeah, we have a new building. So our relationship with Proton started in the old building and continues to be strong in this new building. I see him very often in the MITI building. So all these things go to show how strong our ties are. But what is important is that, as mentioned by the PM, as mentioned by many of us, we care for the employees of Proton and the 50, 60,000 people who are dependent on Proton. 12,000 people working in Proton and another 50 to 60,000 people directly and indirectly dependent on Proton. You multiply that by 5, and then you have a number of people. Yeah? You have a family, your children, and 60 multiplied by 5, that's 300,000 Malaysians which are dependent on Proton. If you imagine for a moment that the government decided, for example, when this matter came up to us, if the government were to decide not to provide a single cent to Proton, what would have happened now? Firstly, of course, I would not be here today to launch a new model. Yeah, and neither Datuk Fuad and all of you will not be here. Yeah. So this is what we have done. Yeah, we know that Proton needed help, and as I said, if that help was not forthcoming, firstly, it will provide a signal that the government is not supporting local industry in Malaysia. Secondly, the signal will be that since the auto industry is a very critical component of Malaysia's manufacturing, we do not support a very strategic industry in Malaysia. As you know, the auto industry plays a very important role in many countries in the world. Yeah? I just came from a program with the British High Commission talking about implications of Brexit. Of course, Britain, no longer owns any car company, perhaps one or two small ones. Yeah? Rover, Jaguar, the Indians own these companies. Nissan is big in the UK. Toyota is big in the UK. Yeah? So the auto industry is big. And the union in America, one of the strongest unions will be auto union, very influential. They can decide who wins the next election, Trump or Clinton. Yeah? Such is the power of the auto industry. Yeah? So the unions are very powerful in America, the auto unions. Of course, in Japan, yeah, the Toyota City in China. So the auto industry is a very important player in the manufacturing sector. And in MITI, in the Malaysian government, we recognize, we acknowledge the importance of this sector. This is a very strategic sector. So for us, it is important for us to support the industry. Of course, support, comes, and it doesn't come without any strings attached. That's the public, the Malaysian public, expects some conditions to be attached. That's why we say in our conditions of providing assistance to Proton, Proton has got to come up with a comprehensive plan to be back in this industry, yeah, playing a very active role in Malaysia's industrial development. We also say that Proton is required to continue or actively look for a strategic foreign partner. Those are some conditions attached. And I must say that Proton is working closely with the task force and MITI in order to ensure that Proton continues to do well, not only in terms of producing cars, but also to ensure that Proton will have a strategic partner in the next few months. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here, I'm standing before you to reiterate the government's commitment. And as I said, that commitment came from nothing less than the Prime Minister himself on the 13th of June 2016 in Putrajaya. I do not want to repeat what he said, yeah? But the fact that he himself turned up at that function, in fact, we told him, we recommended it. The task force saw him, we told PM, your presence will be very critical. I know that Tan Sri Kamil and others, Datuk Sri Faisal and others have been working very hard to ensure that PM attends that function. But on our side, we worked very hard to ensure that PM was there. He turned up at this function to show the Malaysian government's commitment to ensure that Proton continues to be a viable company. So I'm here as a supporting actor. The main actor is Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak. Saya cuma sebagai pelakon tambahan, sebagai pembantu kepada beliau, ya, untuk memastikan bahawa apa yang dirancangkan oleh kerajaan Malaysia berjaya. Jadi teman-teman sekalian, di Proton ada lebih 1,000 engineers. Proton adalah berbeza dari syarikat-syarikat lain. Proton is a full-fledged manufacturer of cars. There's no other car company in this country which can claim that description, a full-fledged manufacturer from product concept, design, engineering, production, yeah, local components. So this is something that we Malaysians have been proud of. Proton has been working hard, I know, to re-establish itself to be a premier car in Malaysia. And the launch of this new model, I'm sure, will improve Proton's fortunes, and there's going to be a few more product launches in the next few months, and with these new launches, that will put Proton back on track. Customers, of course, they want to see something new. And one reason why, when we engage with Proton, one reason why Proton has not been doing as well before was the fact that Proton has not been able to introduce new models in the market. But this is going to be a very good year, starting with Perdana, and today we have Persona and Saga. Later on, with the introduction of these new models, we are confident that Proton will be back on track. I don't know much about the car. I'm anxious to see what a car looks like. I'm not an engineer by profession. I'm just a mere politician, a supporting actor, as I said, to help my boss to make sure that this country continues to grow. Our job is to ensure that Malaysia continues to enjoy peace and prosperity. Peace means we can sleep well at night, no gunfires in the evening, or and then prosperity means we need to have a job, we need to have a family. So peace and prosperity, those are two very important KPIs we have to make sure that Malaysians continue to have a job. And when you have a job, of course, you can have a family, you can have a home. That's our job in the government of Malaysia, to make sure that this country continues to grow. This year is challenging, but we're still on track to record a growth of between 4 to 4.5%. Last year it was 5%. We did 5% growth last year. This year we're going to grow by between 4 to 4.5%. Of course, the state of the car industry depends a lot on how much the country is growing, the rate of economic growth, the level of unemployment. Therefore, on our part, we remain committed to ensure that the Malaysian economy continues to grow steadily. A steady rate of economic growth will result in good demand for cars, good demand for a better quality of life. Tuan-tuan sekalian, itulah saja yang saya nak ucapkan pada pagi ini. Kalau cakap banyak-banyak nanti pening kepala nanti, susah nak ingat. Those are my key messages. My key message is the government is committed to help industry in this country. The government is committed to help local industries. The second message is, of course, help comes with a few conditions, and these conditions are accepted by Proton. We want to be competitive, and we know that a number of changes have been made in Proton. Therefore, going forward, we believe that Proton will continue on its path of good growth amidst this very challenging environment. Akhir sekali, saya ucapkan tahniah kepada semua 12,000 warga Proton yang bertungkus lumus untuk mengekalkan jenama Proton sebagai satu national icon. Tahniah kepada engineers, khususnya saya pun tak jumpa lagi siapa yang design. The person responsible, the persons, normally is men and women. Sekarang ni not only men, kadang-kadang, kadang-kadang lah, more and more women are more creative and productive. I believe some of the engineers, many engineers are women as well. So to men and women of Proton who designed the car, tahniah kita ucapkan kepada mereka. Sekali lagi, terima kasih saya ucapkan diberi kesempatan untuk menyaksikan satu peristiwa yang bersejarah bagi Proton. Marilah kita mendoakan semoga model baru ini, Persona ini, akan mencatatkan kejayaan dan mendapat tempat yang istimewa dalam sanubari setiap rakyat Malaysia. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, dan semoga doa anda dimakbulkan. And of course, thank you so much on behalf of Proton to receive the mandate of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry. And of course, following up the speech of the chairman of Proton, it is incumbent upon Proton to win back the hearts of Malaysians. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's focus our attention onto the stage. Please hang on to your seats. It will be fast. It will be furious. Introducing the all-new Proton Persona.
Kamen, hari ni kita dapat projek besar. Nanti Faz dan Fairuz akan datang untuk brief pasal projek ni.
Faz dan Fairuz? Diorang ni suka buat hal je. Projek apa ni?
Kali ni diorang nak cilok kereta baru. Diorang nak jadi orang pertama test drive kereta tu. Diorang nak rakam video kereta baru tu.
Kereta apa ni?
Kereta Proton. Model abang tak pasti.
Proton? Apa yang best sangat ni?
Dengar cerita kereta dia gempak. Dia punya handling cap dia mantap. Ada ciri-ciri moden terkini. Sesuai untuk orang muda macam Kamen. Satu lagi member abang ada bagi tahu kereta ni ada cap 5 bintang.
Cap 5 bintang? Apa tu?
Entahlah, dia orang yang cakap ada cap ASEAN 5 bintang. Ciri keselamatan kot.
Cap ASEAN 5 bintang? Selamat? Abang ni, itu ASEAN NCAP lah. Maknanya selamat. 5 bintang tu macam wow lah begitu.
Oh, abang nak cakap itu tadi.
So, abang nak bawa kereta ni pergi mana?
Okey, Proton akan buat majlis pelancaran kereta baru tu. Abang kena guna GPS. Laluan tak pasti. Kamen bijak dalam IT kan? Apa kata Kamen hack GPS tu supaya kita tahu laluan yang dibagi. Senang kerja kita nanti.
Boleh, leave it to me. Tapi mana ni Faz dan Fairuz?
Kejap lagi diorang sampai sebab plan ada dekat Fairuz.
Hi gang.
Tu diorang sampai dah. Hai.
Hai.
Hai, sorry lambat. Tunggu Faz lah bersiap 3 hari. Lama sangat.
Kami dah ready.
Kita pun dah ready.
Dah ready dah semua?
Ready.
Okey, macam ni. Apa kata kita semua pergi belakang. Aku pun dah tak sabar nak cuba kereta ni. Kita bincang pasal plan kita kat belakang. Okey, Mas?
Jom.
Okay?
Let's go.
Jom.
Proton, here we go.
Jom.
Kami dah masuk.
Okey. Kuja dalam kereta. Kau tekan push start button tu tunjukkan.
Aku nak kita yang first test drive kereta ni. Kita rekod. Masuklah YouTube. Confirm viral.
Kereta apa ni?
Proton baru. Model aku tak pasti. Dengan cerita kereta lawa. Tapi lori kontena ni tak boleh berhenti sebab ada GPS tracker. Macam ni kau nak masuk lori tu?
Macam? Ada brand?
Fast. Kau betul kebang begitu curi. Lori je pun. Banyak airbag kan kereta ni? Tiba-tiba kau rasa selamat pula.
Proton apa ni? Lawa kan?
Satu cara je nak tahu ni Proton apa.
Siapa menang? Dapat kereta.
I switch lane to reach what I am for. Speak alone. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Ni kereta kena curi. Lapor dekat polis.
Fas, aku terpesona lah, Fas.
Apa nak gerak aku pula?
Bukan kau lah. Aku cakap pasal kereta kau bawa tu. Pesona baru. Try kau nak buat apa?
Kau pun sama. Body kau lawa gila.
Bodi kau malah Fas.
Body dia gitu. Kau laju. Laju. Alamak. Abang polis lah.
Oi, hilang ni.
Oh, ESC. Oi, polis dah sampai. Masuk ruang tu. Baru nak beritahu ke? Wow, lampu menyala sendiri. Sesuai sangat untuk orang pelupa macam kau ni.
Fas, layan ending ni, Fas.
Hati-hati, polis dah dekat. Sungguh mempersonakan.
Alamak, Fas, polis, Fas.
Alamak, macam mana ni?
Tak apalah, kita pun nak viral kan?
Confirm viral.
If you're going too fast, don't you ever slow down. Black, yellow, and thing, that's how we get down. Engines running, pedal shift and drift. Gears on the fifth, we only got one life to live. Like Sergeant Street, can't compete under law. When it comes to street racing, I hit you raw. Always slick or rain pour. I switch lane to reach what I am for is speak law. So sit back, relax and enjoy the ride.
Para hadirin sekalian, tibalah masa untuk mengalami evolusinya. Persona serba baru. Ladies and gentlemen, Proton presents the all-new Proton Persona. Your driving experience will never be the same again.
Same zone, I got lost and gone through a minute. Had the hand on my business, now I'm back for the strike back. Even with my witness, can't find my weakness. Speechless, back to Monopoly, they want me on a hit list. Burning till they got your ears to the street on the stereo and video, Raheem on wheels, yeah. Flip birds like an acrobat. Don't even got a fun, I got the faster back. And now I got a room and I'll be done with that. Probably once you stop overcharge the gas. What?
Terpesona dan teruja, ladies and gentlemen, enter the new challenger into the B segment, offering value, economy, quality, with new innovative features and a high standard of safety for drivers and their families. All of this packaged into the sleek and stylish exterior that you see before you. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new Persona will come in 4 variants and a choice of 6 vibrant colors. It's been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen, 9 years to be exact. The all-new Persona designed to offer a different driving experience, truly reflecting the concept of modernity on the go. inviting one and all to come and experience the evolution of the all-new Proton Persona. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the cast and crew of Fast and Fyros. Put your hands together for the beautiful Fazura and the effervescent Zul Arifin. Of course, joining them on stage, we invite all the other cast members as well. Kita menjemput Abang Bo sebagai Ramli dan Eva as Carmen on stage as well. Tepukan untuk artis-artis kita. Ladies and gentlemen, also inviting the award-winning director of Police Evo, Gaz Abu Bakar, Dato' Norman Abdul Halim, KRU, and also we'd like to invite the man behind the scenes for the making of the all-new Proton Persona. Put your hands together for Yang Berbahagia Dato' Ahmad Fuad Kenali, CEO of Proton, and Yang Berbahagia Dato' Razif Muhammad, Deputy CEO of Proton. Cast members, step forward. And on the count of three, let's take a bow. 3, 2, 1, take a bow. Terima kasih. Thank you once again, the cast of the all-new Proton Persona. Experience the evolution. Kami meminta semua actors kita untuk turun dari pentas. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave the stage for Yang Berbahagia Dato' Fuan and Yang Berbahagia Dato' Razif. Gentlemen, if you're ready, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Naz. Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry. Yang Berhormat Datuk Chua Tiung, Deputy Minister International Trade and Industry. Yang Bahagia Datuk J. Jayashiri, Secretary General, Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Your Excellencies, Yang Berbahagia Brigadier General Kehormat Tan Sri Datuk Sri Haji Muhammad Kamil Jamil, Chairman DRB HICOM. Yang Bahagia Datuk Sri Syed Faizal Alba, Group Managing Director DRB HICOM, Chairman Proton. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon. First and foremost, our sincere appreciation to Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Mustafa Muhammad for giving us the privilege to have you grace this important milestone for Proton this afternoon. Thank you, sir. Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri, your attendance today is a testament of the government's continued support and concern about this national car company. We at Proton are truly grateful for the guidance and support given by the government of Malaysia. Yang Berhormat Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launch of Proton's latest B-segment sedan, the all-new Persona. We truly appreciate your attendance and we hope you have enjoyed Fast and Faizal. Of course not, it's a Fairuz. Sorry. Since its introduction in 2007, more than 250,000 units of Persona have been sold locally and abroad. Our Persona had traveled the globe, including countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Australia, Mauritius, Middle East, to name a few. The new Persona is much improved and very different. However, the most important evolution that we are extremely proud of is our focus on safety. Proton's continuing focus on both passive and active aspects of safety ensures that both preventive and recovery safety measures are there for your protection. On passive safety, we have toughened the body structure of this car using high-strength steel. This material was developed using hot press forming technology. This gives a super solid structure to protect occupants and in the event of crash without sacrificing the body weight of the car. Our other passive safety features include dual seat belt pre-tensioner, 3-point seat belt for all seats, whiplash protection headrest, 6 airbags, ISOFIX and top tether points, seat belt reminder including those at the back. In addition, the fact that our doors automatically unlock upon impact is a testament of our unwavering focus and attention to detail when it comes to safety. Our safety features for accident avoidance include electronic stability control or ESC, anti-lock braking system, ABS, electronic brake force distribution, EBD, traction control, brake assist, heel hold assist, and reverse sensor. The confidence of any driver comes from how responsive the brakes are. The braking performance of our new Persona is more efficient, resulting in shorter braking distance. The brake system is supported by various functions as mentioned earlier. All these enable the new Persona to be accorded a 5-star rated NCAP for all its variants: standard, executive, and premium. Over to you, Razif.
Thank you very much. Let me share how excited, when we were preparing for this launch. We started coming about 2 days ago. And in this particular venue, of course, we had to block entrance because of the cars, of the new cars. And the level of interest that was shown by youngsters, children, teenagers, elderly people, just peering through the glass panels, and I was very excited. This morning I was told that this is a venue where you can look for the Pokemon Go characters. And that's why they were there, actually. Yes, we have made this car safer, but safe does not mean that we have to have a boring car. We want you to experience the evolution of the all-new Persona in style. The Persona is an important car for Proton because of its huge following. It is a car of choice, especially for young executives or as an entry-level family sedan. Recently, we have been told that it's now easier to identify a Proton car. One look from afar, you can instantly tell that it is a Proton. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the intent of our designers who have styled the car with identifiable Proton DNA, clearly evident with a single graphic design of the Proton wings. This defines the face with an elegant continuous line, which is further complemented with smart headlamps connected to the front grille and wings, gives the car its distinctive look. Bold air intake for efficient performance gives the front a sporty and aggressive stance. Its side view sports a sleek silhouette, sweeping roof, and for excellent aerodynamics. Expansive glass house for good visibility for the occupants. And more importantly, I think, for the driver, unobtrusive visibility for him. The uniquely sculptured side as well as short overhang lend a sporty character to the car. The rear view is refreshing and modern, dominated by trendy tail lamps, aggressive-looking lower diffuser. That's the point.
In developing the all-new Persona, we put great emphasis on our user experience. As you can see here on stage, our new Persona is efficiently designed with spacious interior, providing roomier dimension complemented by comfortable full-size seats. The new 1.6-liter VVT Persona engine is now more fuel efficient and is supported by Eco Drive Assist that is capable of achieving 5.6 liter per kilometer at 90 km per hour. Rightly or wrongly, I'm a stickler for noise level. For the new Persona, we put in more attention on this, and refinements were made to significantly reduce the noise level, vibration and harshness, or NVH. Overall, this gives the new Persona a more comfortable and pleasant drive and ride. Isn't that true, Dr. Razif?
Yes, Dr. Fuad, definitely. Our engineering, design and manufacturing teams have worked tirelessly over the last 2 years to develop and refine the new VVT engine. To complement the excellent ride and handling of the car, we made the engine quieter and more responsive to the driver. In addition, to achieve a more fuel-efficient driving, we have incorporated, for the first time, the Eco Drive Assist. It is an indicator which will light up when the car achieves optimum fuel consumption. Additional innovative features include passive keyless entry, push start button, auto headlights, follow me home lights, electric power steering, reverse camera, and auto full side mirrors. Most importantly, the all-new Persona remains practical with a sizable 510 liters boot space, 2 rear USB chargers, full-size rear seats with 60-40 split, all-round sensors, and GPS navigation. And for the coffee drinkers out there like me, this is a car for you. Why is that? Because it has 7 cup holders in the car to ensure you have sufficient supply of caffeine. Other point.
As mentioned earlier, the new Persona comes in 3 variants: Standard, Executive, and Premium. The Premium variant is offered either with or without the body kit. There are 6 trendy colors to choose from: Midnight Black, Sterling Silver, Graphite Grey, Cotton White, Fire Red, and our new color, Canali Brown. Oh, sorry, not Canali, Canalian Brown. At the recent media preview of the new Persona, we received positive feedback. It is noticeably quieter and more responsive without compromising the superior ride and handling. It is definitely consistent with our views, but don't just take our word for it. We want you to experience it yourself. So please visit our showrooms, book a test drive, and experience the evolution of the all-new Persona today. You will be truly impressed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, sedikit terima kasih kepada Yang Berbahagia Dato' Fuad dan Dato' Razif. Of course, I must say, saya memang, I'm truly enamored, betul-betul terpesona. Tapi, of course, not with you, Dato'. I'm a married man, I can't. The car, of course, terpesona, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, to mark the launch of the all-new Proton Persona, it is our honor to invite Yang Berhormat Dato' Sri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry, accompanied by Yang Berhormat Dato' Chua Ti Yong, Deputy Minister of International Trade and Industry. Yang Berbahagia Dato' J.J. Siri, Secretary General, Ministry of International Trade and Industry. Yang Berbahagia Brigadier General Kehormat Tan Sri Dato' Sri Dr. Haji Muhammad Kamil Jamil, Chairman of DRB Highcom, and Yang Berbahagia Dato' Sri Syed Faisal Alba, Group MD of DRB Highcom and Chairman of Proton. We'd like to invite our dignitaries on stage to take a closer look at the all-new Proton Persona and give the car its 2 thumbs up. Members of the press, of course, you're invited to get closer and, of course, get some shots with our distinguished guests to take a closer look at the Proton Persona. The all-new Proton Persona, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as stated earlier, 3 variants, and in just a few moments, another special announcement. Of course, many are dying to know the looks, stylish, and of course, lots of new features to win the hearts of Malaysians. Now comes the final question. How much will it cost on the road? All shall be revealed in just a few moments. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, of course, let's take a look and feel and take in the atmosphere of the all-new Persona. Of course, as our dignitaries are giving the car once over, just of course a friendly reminder to everyone that of course there's a new challenger in the B segment. And what we're looking at here, the all-new Proton Persona that offers value and economy, you shall see in just a few moments. Quality as well, of course, Yang berbahagia Dato' Fuad Kenali has maintained that it is important that the ride feels as good as the style as well. So it's the experience of driving, that's what we want Malaysians to experience. The feel of the all-new Persona.
Hello everyone. So that was the launch of the 2016 Proton Persona. Here we have a closer look at a cut-out version of the car with a lot of stickers to show what are the functions of these cars. As you can see, it's got auto on-off headlamps. This is only for the premium version. Down here, you'll see ABS. ABS, of course, is standard on the whole variant, not all variants. Even the standard version has ABS. In fact, even the standard variant has VSC, electronic stability control. Okay, come closer, and you'll see. Look, we can see into the car here. Here, the car gets a new two-tone look. This is the same as the previous version of the Persona, where the bottom half is in light grey. This gives off a very spacious, more airy feel of the cabin. Down here, this is what Proton is very, very proud of. This whole piece right here is made out of HPF. It's extremely rigid, so in case of a side impact, this thing will protect the cabin much better than softer, less technologically advanced material. And of course, it gets an ASEAN NCAP 5-star crash safety rating. As you come back, you'll see that the seat is slightly more reclined compared to the one on the Iris, so it gives off a slightly more comfortable seating position for the rear passengers. And back here, you can see brake assist for the car. As Proton mentioned, compared to the old Persona, this car has a much shorter braking distance compared to the older one. Even though that the old one had a 4-wheel disc brake, whereas this one only has front disc brakes and the rears are drums. But doesn't matter because it's still much better in terms of braking. Back here, this is the new rear brake cluster. As you can see close here, it has Proton lettering, which is really cool. And back here, you will see that the boot is pretty massive. It has a boot of 510 liters. That is more than Proton's own Proton Preve, which is its own C-segment sedan. This is bigger than most of its B-segment sedans, one of the biggest in the class, which is really cool. Back here, you'll see a new typeface for the Persona, and for the premium version, it also gets a reverse camera as standard to go along with the touchscreen system up front. Okay, let's go this side. Okay, now we get to see the car in full, no cutouts this time. All right. Yeah. Oh, they announced something. Let's go back inside into the hall. Thank you very much. Let's go back in.
And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. For standard manual transmission, retailing at 46,800 ringgit. For standard CVT, 49,800. For executive CVT, 55,800. And for the premium CVT, 59,800 ringgit. All in all, affordable for all Malaysians. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one lucky customer will be the first to experience the all-new Proton Persona. We would like to invite our dignitaries to, of course, give the honor to our very first customer. Please welcome Yang Berusaha Dr. Muhammad Aswad bin Ramli, our first all-new Proton Persona driver. This man has put his booking early and, of course, chosen to be given the honor, to be given a mock key by Yang Berhormat Dato' Sri Mustafa Muhammad, Minister of International Trade and Industry, Malaysia. Gentlemen, we'd like to ask you to come forward for a group photo. Congratulations to Dr. Muhammad Aswad bin Ramli, the first stylish Malaysian with good taste to, of course, officially drive the all-new Persona on Malaysian roads. Thank you very much. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Yang Berusaha Dr. Muhammad Aswad bin Ramli. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. And of course, we would like to implore our dignitaries to continue staying on stage, distinguished guests. For the next agenda, we speak about safety, car safety, to be more precise. And of course, we shall be explaining that the ASEAN New Car Assessment Program, ANCAP, is an independent body that elevates vehicle safety standards, raise consumer awareness, and thus encourage a market for safer vehicles in the region. To achieve the maximum 5-star ASEAN ANCAP safety rating, a vehicle must achieve the highest standards in passive and active safety features. ASEAN ANCAP is a collaborative effort between the Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research, MIROS, and Global ANCAP. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Wong Shao Vun, Director General of Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research, MIROS, and Chairman of ASEAN ANCAP, to present the 5-star ASEAN ANCAP certificate for the all-new Proton Persona. Congratulations to Proton in receiving the 5-star ASEAN NCAP Award for the all-new Proton Persona. Ultimate safety, safety first, fun second for Malaysians on the road. Alhamdulillah. And once again, congratulations to Proton. Thank you very much to Professor Dr. Wong Shao Vun. We'd like to invite you back to your seat. And of course, to our other dignitaries, we'd like to, of course, implore you to remain on stage to address Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad as a gesture of our deepest appreciation and heartfelt thanks for your presence here today. We would like to present Yang Berhormat Minister with something very special. But of course, it is a high honor for Proton to receive the ASEAN 5-star NCAP Award. Thank you very much once again to Professor Dr. Wong Shao Vun. And now, as we've explained earlier, it is, of course, on behalf of Proton, it is our honor to present a memento to remember this moment. Dipersilakan, silalah dengan cendera hati kita yang tidak seperti ini. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is our honor for Yang Berhormat Dato Sri to remember this moment, a milestone to announce Proton's intent, just as the tiger on its insignia. The tiger in Proton is ready to fight back. Congratulations dan terima kasih Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it brings the curtain down for today's event. Dan sekali lagi, terima kasih kepada Yang Berhormat Topah. Of course, in this past 1 month and a half, I've seen him probably 5-6 times. He is a very, very busy man. And of course, on behalf of Proton, thank you so much, sir, for making your way here. Sekali lagi, para hadirin sekalian, tepukan untuk Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad. Terima kasih di atas mandat anda. And of course, we would like to invite our distinguished guests for a spot of refreshments. Dipersilakan tamu-tamu kehormat kita untuk mengiringi Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad turun dari pentas. Dipersilakan Yang Berhormat. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Muhammad will now leave the hall accompanied by our distinguished VIPs.
There you have it, the prices of the new Proton Persona, from 47,000 ringgit all the way up to 60,000 ringgit. The top version is only 59,000 ringgit, 800 ringgit. That's amazing price for what it offers, doesn't it? This over here is the mid-level executive CVT version. And as you can see over here, it has a very sharp headlamps with a very wide chrome grille. Fog lamps standard on all except for the standard version. And on the side here, you get 15-inch wheels. This one, all models get the same wheels, but it's painted grey in standard and executive versions, while the premium gets the same wheel painted in silver. Let's go back. Keyless entry is only on the premium version. For that, you get a very nice, very slim key fob, which you can just leave it inside your pocket. Walk up to the car, press the button, and the whole car unlocks by itself. And inside, just hold the brakes, press start button, and there you go. You can go off. Okay, let's go back. From here, you can see it has a new two-tone look to the interior. And the whole dashboard is very similar to the one in the Iris, but the bottom half is now painted in light grey. As I mentioned before, this gives off a much more spacious feel for the cabin, and again this is inspired by the previous version of the Persona. The older one also had a similar treatment. As you can see here from the side, the rear, for a beach segment sedan, the rear space is pretty decent, and the front seats is now slightly more scalloped to give extra leg room for the rear passengers. And the seat base here, as you can see as I walk in, is very reclined, as you see, and this is a lot more reclined compared to the one on the Iris, so it's more comfortable, especially for long journeys. Let's go back here. Tail lamps, now it's all normal bulbs, but like I said, it has a really cool Proton logo on the side there. Let's see if I can open the boot now, yeah? Okay, the boot, 510 liters of boot space, bigger than most of its B segment rivals. Let's go in, shine up, yep, there you go, pretty massive. Let's go back there, together with the, let's see the premium version of the car, yeah? Okay, so we already have a pre-recorded version of the car. So we have a live walk-around version. We have a live walk-around video of this new model. There you'll see a very detailed look at the whole car, front, and the back, and inside and outside. So yeah, stay tuned. After that, we also have the TVC version of the. We have a TVC of the video of the car, as well as the full product video by Proton itself. That's it from me, paultan.org, and myself is Hafri Shah. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, it's me Hafri Shah from Proton.org, and this is a 2016 Proton Persona. This is the big one for Proton. It's the volume cell it both needs and deserves. So let's take a closer look at the new sedan model. The 2016 Proton Persona is priced between 47,000 ringgit and 61,000 ringgit for its top spec 1.6 premium CVT with body kit. That makes it the most affordable sedans in its class. Looking at the car, you can tell that this car is based on the old Iris hatchback, but Proton has done quite a lot of work to it, making it look unique, more like a standalone model and not simply just an Iris with a boot. In fact, look closely and you'll see that all the body panels are different. Only the front doors and the front fenders are shared with Iris. The rest are bespoke Persona. As it's based on the Iris, the new Persona is now a B-segment sedan rather than a C-segment like the old Persona. But don't worry, as Proton says, the new car has similar amount of interior space and the boot is even bigger than the old one. Power-wise, you get the same 1.6-litre VVT engine like on the Iris, with 107 horsepower and 150 Nm of torque. Transmission-wise, you get the same as before, either 5-speed manual or punch CVT. The manual version is rated to use 5.6 litres per 100 km, while the CVT does 6.1 litres per 100 km, both measured at a constant 90 km per hour. There's also a new Eco Drive Assist indicator to tell whether you're driving economically or not. Proton says the noise, vibration and harshness, or NVH, of the Persona has been significantly improved over the Iris. It now has a 3-point engine mounting for less vibration in the cabin, and a completely new exhaust system to minimize the booming exhaust note at lower revs. The ECU and CVT have also been revised and calibrated for a more linear throttle response. The Persona is only available with a 1.6-litre engine, as Proton is streamlining its products to avoid overlapping models. So, the new Saga will only get a 1.3-litre engine, the Persona is only 1.6, while the Preve, Suprema S and Exora get 1.6-litre turbo engines. Only the Iris and Perdana will continue to have two engine options. The older CPS and IAFM engines have been discontinued. Back on looks, the Persona has a very distinctive, sharp front end. It wears the most dramatic version of the signature Proton Wings grille yet, with a chrome bar going across the whole front face. The reflector halogen headlamps also have Proton lettering, like on the Iris and Perdana. The base standard variant loses out on the front fog lamps, and its wing mirrors and door handles are left unpainted. The middle executive model has them in body color and adds on a rear boot spoiler. The premium model you see here comes complete with black B-pillars and keyless entry and a push start button. All variants get the same 15-inch wheels, but the premium has them in silver instead of grey. On top of all this, there's an optional body kit which is fitted on this car here. Around the back, this character line leads into the taillights, which for the first time also has Proton letterings. This premium variant also gets a reverse camera as standard. The boot now holds 510 litres, far bigger than the old Persona's 430-litre boot. That's one of the biggest in the class, larger than Toyota Vios and Nissan Almera. In fact, it's 2 litres more than Proton's own C-segment Preve. Inside, the Persona is almost identical to the Iris. The biggest difference, of course, is that the bottom half is now in light grey, just like the old Persona. There are other variations too. The CVT gear lever is new with a side release button, and the center console is finished in glossy grey instead of a matte finish on the Iris. Equipment-wise, the USB charging ports on the hatchback remain, and the Premium gets black leather seats and steering wheel and an Android touchscreen system with navigation. The rear bench, meanwhile, is more reclined on the Persona compared to the Iris, and the front seat backs are made thinner to give extra legroom. Together with the use of light colours, the Persona feels spacious back here. Next, safety. Just like the Iris, the new Persona has electronic stability control and hill hold assist as standard across the range, while the Premium version gets 6 airbags. With the use of ultra-rigid HPF, hot press forming technology, all models get a full 5-star ASEAN NCAP crash safety rating. So that's about it for a walk-around video of the 2016 Proton Persona. For a closer look at the car specs and equipment, check out carbase.my. This is me, Hafrishah from Proton.org, signing off. Thanks for watching.
uji kereta ni. Kita rakam, masuk dalam YouTube, pasti viral.
Proton baru. Model aku tak pasti. Dengar cerita kereta ni lawa.
Macam? Ada berani?
Banyak beg udara kereta ni.
Lawa kan?
Satu cara je nak tahu di Proton apa.
Fas. Aku terpesona lah, Fas.
Oh, ESC! Oi, polis dah sampai. Nak tutup ruang tu. Wow, lampu menyala sendiri. Oh, sungguh mempersonakan.
Alamak, Fas. Polis, Fas.